Good morning. My name is Jenna Peterson, and I am going to talk about leading an effective team. We will be talking about the importance of the roles and behaviors of an effective team. We will look at the best practices for influencing a team for performance and productivity. We will discuss appropriate reward and compensation for a team, and then we will look into interpersonal processes. I will show you examples of effective team communication. We will then discuss the appropriate collaboration to develop team intelligence and strategy to do so. We will lastly discuss the challenges leaders of a team will face. There are 7 types of teams. Multifunctional teams are comprised of multidisciplinary individuals who may work in different areas of the organization but share similar functions and skill sets that can be used to address the team's needs. Informal teams represent subgroups within an organization that may or may not be appointed by the organization, such as social groups. Traditional teams are composed of a functional area or department, appointed by supervisors or managers of the organization. Problem-solving teams are typically short-term and goal-specific, consisting of cross-functional team members that are usually focused on a specific project and goal and time restraints. Leadership teams are a commonly ongoing group or committee appointed by the organization's managers and executive leadership. They represent a cross-section of functional departments with a common strategy to implement a solution to a problem or organizational need. Self-directed teams have the freedom of autonomy to determine the course of action and goals. They may have clear goals, but also the freedom to choose a leader. Virtual teams allow team members to meet anywhere across the globe by being able to use video conferencing. The 7 Habits model introduces the process of learning new habits which can contribute to team effectiveness. Be proactive means that you will be forward-thinking and works to address the issues that could arise. You do not wait in reactive mode, but prepare to take action. Begin with the end in mind, envisions the future, and works on a plan towards it. Put first things first, considers what a priority is, what is important, and what is urgent. Think win-win is an unpretentious feeling for mutual beneficial solutions or agreements. It values and represents people by understanding a win for all is ultimately a better long-term solution. Seek to understand, then to be understood, uses empathetic listening to understand, which compels others to reciprocate the listening. This creates a positive environment conducive to problem solving. Synergize combines the strength of individuals through positive teamwork and goals, which usually cannot be done alone. Sharpen the saw balances and renews resources and energy to create long-term effective routine. All effective teams share these determinants: shared objective, skill, and role clarity in the team, internal and external coordination. They also have the resources and support for managers as they need. There is also trust, cohesiveness, and cooperation among all members of the team. There are also accurate, shared models, collective efficiency, collective learning, and member diversity that all contribute to making an effective team. The STAR model is used to help provide focus for the team. Strengths focuses on individual strengths and identifying an individual's best contributions to the team. Teamwork focuses on how teams come together, their relationships, and how well they work together. Alignment focuses on how team leaders align the strengths with effective teamwork and the expected results. This brings all the components together. Results focuses on the combination of the individual strengths and teamwork and the results of the team performance. Input is the information and resource provided to the team in order to perform a task. Process represents how well the team works together, work dynamics, knowledge, and skills available to perform the task, their strategy to accomplish goals, and how their performance is evaluated. Output is simply defined as the end result for the team's work. All structures have the basics of input, process, and output. To really make a team effective, you need to set performance standards. This can be done in 3 questions. What job is needed? How will the job be completed? And how will the completion of the jobs be measured? When answering what job is needed, we need to clearly define the job, create accurate, precise job descriptions, and what your team role will be, and provide orientation or training before joining the team or starting the job. This leaves no room for interpretation and everyone's roles are defined. How will the job be completed? You will need to outline tasks and goals and communicate expected outcomes, outline work processes, and create clear expectations and responsibilities for all involved in the group. How will the completion of the jobs be measured? Use tools to measure the job, such as observations and evaluations. Create key measurable indicators, such as status reports, and define measurement points to the team to make sure they are meeting their deadlines. When we look at rewards and compensation for teams, there are 2 different types of awards, monetary and non-monetary awards. These are typically performance-based awards. Monetary awards would be annual bonuses, percentage of annual salary, commissions, and pay raises. Non-monetary awards include recognition for your work, participation awards, workshops, trophies, company logo items, gift certificate, parking spots, and employee discounts. Besides monetary and non-monetary rewards and compensation for teams, we could look at profit sharing, which would give the team some of the profits of the organization, stock options, which would give the team some ownership of the company. There is also outcomes-based rewards, which directly relate to how well and efficiently the team completes a goal. There is also discretionary, which is spontaneous and can be at the discretion of the supervisors. There are also 2 types of awards towards employees, intrinsic rewards and extrinsic rewards. Intrinsic rewards focuses on internal motivation. Examples would be recognition, a good job, some sort of fact that they are doing well. Intrinsic rewards typically produce longer-lasting productivity, and employees usually work at a higher level. Extrinsic rewards focuses on monetary award. This is example of bonuses or a salary increase. This is satisfying for the employee, but only for a short amount of time. It temporarily boosts performance, but eventually it will fall back to where it was before the monetary award. When building a team, it would be important to offer both intrinsic rewards and extrinsic rewards. Intrinsic boosts morale, and you get longer productivity with the employees working at a high level, and extrinsic is important because money is important to the employee as well. With interpersonal process, a leader needs to remember that a team is a group of individuals who have their own opinions, thoughts, and beliefs, which comes first. The members of the team are chosen and give and receive criticism, are objective and non-judgmental, can give recognition to others, and are willing to learn from others. The way you build this type of team is to start by looking at the project tasks. This breaks down the project into steps, a timetable for how long each step should take to be completed. Next, you will look at requirements. This is to determine what requirements of the project are needed. After you complete that, you will go to Human Resources. You will ask HR if they have any employees that fit the recommended skills you need for the team to succeed. Next is communication. Ask the supervisors of the employees that you are looking at to see if they have excellent communication skills. This is extremely important because communication is the key to any successful team. Then you will go to management. Each person of the team needs to be organized and the ability to keep up with all aspects of the project to avoid delays. Then we will look at the list. This is exactly what it sounds like, making a list of potential employees for the team that fit the required skills needed for the project. Then we will go to select. We will informally interview all potential employees for your team on your list. You will determine if they are interested, and then you will confirm your decision. Lastly, you will evaluate. Once you have unofficially selected the members of your team, you will need to review the members of the team to see if they would be able to work together. For team members to communicate effectively, the first step is to stop and listen. It is important for the leader to discuss the importance of listening to the other team members before the discussion even starts. Focus on different perspectives that each team member brings. Everyone can learn from those different perspectives. Make sure your team members check their attitudes and egos at the door. This is toxic to communication because this person can challenge everything that the other members are suggesting or not be communicating at all. Cooperation is the main goal. Strive for mutual understanding and a resolution that everyone can live by. Team learning is a basic process in which knowledge is shared, stored, and retrieved. Corrective feedback is an educational opportunity for the team to improve. Positive feedback will create positive results. However, not all feedback should be positive, and this is where corrective feedback comes into place. It should balance out the positive feedback and point the team in the right direction. It can be considered a coaching moment for the team. Group reflection is an assessment used for the team to reflect and evaluate their performance. It should include a reflection of the individual's participation in the group and how well they performed. Those reflections are then compiled together and put into a summary, which can be used as a learning experience for the team. Team self-correction is a natural tendency for the team to debrief following a performance event to correct team attitudes, behaviors, and cognitions. This involves being able to identify errors, solve problems, and provide corrective feedback. All of these team learn processes help to develop teen intelligence through learning by corrective feedback, reflection, and self-correction. The major challenges of a leader is dealing with conflict. Examples of conflict could be poor communication, a conflict of opinion, and someone that is not holding up their end of the workload. The biggest way to solve conflict is by listening first and making sure we open the line of communication and to set clear tasks so everyone knows what their responsibility is. In conclusion, we discussed roles and behaviors for teams. We discussed the types of teams, which included multifunctional, informal, traditional, problem-solving, leadership, self-directed, and virtual. We also discussed the 7 Habits model and the determinants of an effective team. We looked at how to influence a team, where we discussed the STAR model and setting performance standards. We also looked at rewards and compensation for the team, which included monetary and non-monetary rewards, intrinsic and extrinsic rewards. We also discussed profit sharing, stock options, discretionary, and option-based rewards for teams. We discussed the interpersonal process for teams, which started with the project task and ended with evaluation. We discussed the effective team communication, where the biggest point of emphasis is listening first. We looked at the development of team intelligence, which we discussed corrective feedback, group reflection, and team self-correctness. We also discussed the challenges of a leader, which is the biggest